I had prepared myself for the sight of her preschool backpack dwarfing her 3-year-old back, patted my heart against my own sadness to reflect her bubbling excitement. I strapped and fastened and encouraged her big girl self to choose the birds or the polka dots on her very own. But when her eyes snagged on the matching water bottles, I was unprepared. No sippy stopper, no spill-proof hidden straw, only a stainless steel bottle festooned with pink and blue birds and a little top that would spill if she forgot to close it because I wouldn't be next to her to nudge a reminder. I forced back tears and told her of course we would buy the bottle. I am a mother. I wonder how many times my own mom had to pad her heart against water bottles and tears. We notice the big moments, the soaring joys and crushing disappointments, and steel ourselves for those, rising to meet the challenges with a mother's armor. But it's the day-to-day, the little moments, dare I say it, the mundane, that make a mother. I am a daughter. A dozen years ago, my mother shopped with me for a giant purple backpack. I tried on countless packs, our unschooled eyes meeting beneath furrowed brows, trying to imagine how they would feel when filled. We're not a camping family or a hiking one, and we were as out of place in the sporting goods store as I would be traipsing through Europe with a backpack. She never blinked in discouragement. Together, we whittled my packing list, loading it with the essentials for a month-long trip. My mom never told me to think about walking-friendly shoes instead of the 2-inch black wedges that screamed practical to my 23-year-old mind. She didn't voice her opinion as to whether it was love or stupidity when I used my second allotted piece of luggage to schlep a case of Mountain Dew across the Atlantic just because the man who would be my husband missed it. After 30 days of soaring cathedrals and cobblestone streets, I knew with complete certainty that I would live the rest of my life on baguettes with brie, that I'd never again travel without a great pair of heels, and that my future self was bound to a city where I could scribble away in a journal on public transportation and walk to buy fresh produce several times a week. For 30 days, the only person I cared to talk to with my inexplicably confusing calling card was my mom, yet I came home ready to dart from her suburban lifestyle at the earliest possibility. My eyes were dazzled by the urbane, by the cultured. I couldn't see a 4-bedroom colonial in the suburbs as home anymore. Of course, as dreams sometimes do, that one petered out. I took a job nearby and moved into an apartment, and the idea of urban living slid quietly into a Cape Cod less than 30 minutes from where my parents still live. I can pull up to 3 different Targets within 10 minutes. But the only produce we can walk to purchase is the sticky strawberry syrup drizzled onto soft-serve sundaes at the Dairy Queen on the corner. I am a mother and I am a daughter. Living near our families means it's not always possible to untangle our identity as a family of 4 from our roles as daughters and sons and grandchildren. I feel the entanglement like an ache in my bones some days, the way my mother won't let me pay for lunch or uses her grandmother card to feed the kids ice cream, again. This year, my preschoolers squirmed as I bundled them tightly into the costumes of cold climate Halloween, coats and hats layered under scraps of costumes, accessories like Superman capes and fairy wings that only hints at what they are meant to be. And they don't know how desperately I wanted to raise them in a place where Halloween doesn't mean checking the wind chill before venturing to Grandma's house. But I know this place. I know the draft of the fireplace when the wind blows, and the flood of warmth from the kitchen heating vent when the furnace kicks on. The chime of the doorbell is the same, and I know my mom will shake off my protests and stash an extra blanket into a stroller into which my son won't be tucked. I know this place. The curve of the sidewalk bends in the exact way I remember. A slight pause of yard and darkness before the street opens up with a straight expanse of homes. I'm 7 years old again, my painted face proving I was a clown. My mom cracking open a green glow stick in the dusk, the same way she cracks glow sticks for my children tonight. The light shifts, and I'm a mother again. My Abby flits back and forth, Tinkerbell incarnate, her hand fitting neatly into mine, and my mom's. Like our brown eyes and impatience we struggle to hide, Our hands are the same size, and with my daughter caught between us, I wonder if she can feel the difference. But time has shifted, and there are differences. Reese's are tucked out of sight instead of being torn open eagerly on my mother's impeccably vacuumed family room floor. Benadryl and an EpiPen, a heavy weight in my tote to remind me that vigilance can't waver, not for mothers, not ever. Later, I carry pajama-clad babies to the car, feeling their weight and the tangle of their limbs and knowing they really aren't babies, except in that magical, time-warping ways they will always be my babies. I am a mother. Tonight, as I savor the weight of children whose hair still smells like the thinning air of winter, I'm peeking through a window where my mom still carries me to the car in some ways. A kiss on the cheek, and eyes that seek mine to see if my smile is real. The way she did when she waved goodbye and sent me on a plane with a purple backpack. I am a daughter. I know this place. I am home.